Hi, I'm Jill,
And I'm Gianna,
and
and
welcome
welcome
to
to
the
the
We
We
Watch
Watch
It
It
All
All
podcast,
podcast, where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
aka the opinions no one ever asked for.
And we're back. It's time to finally talk about these wives. I didn't realize we had so many housewives going on. Three housewives and the Valley. I mean, there's other shows going on as well, but these are the ones that we're watching. A little bit of Bravo news before we get started. I was going to say there's not much Bravo news, but I know someone will be upset because the whole Summer House has their whole thing going on, cheating or something, scandal. It sounds
Yeah,
like a scandal all going on over there, which piques my
it's
interest a little bit.
some girl was dating this guy Wes. That's the only name I got out of it. Or
Sierra
no,
girl,
Sierra.
she was involved in this.
I think she's dating him now or showing interest in him now, but it's like one of those things where it was like they were friends, or and the two were married, and it's just yeah, it
I
sounds
get a
like one of
little
those
bit
you've
more.
got to watch, I think, to figure it out.
Yeah.
Or
But
to really appreciate it, which sounds
on
mean,
the
but
other end of that, the only Bravo news for our little sphere would be Sai from Real Housewives of New York. Her husband filed for divorce,
what? I didn't even know that.
and they're currently filming. Yeah, I think it got like kind of washed away in all this other stuff. Like I saw it really
She's
quickly.
the influencer, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, we'll see.
Those are that's not the ones I would have thought. I would have thought the other one.
Jessel, the one with the twins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just because of the way she treats him or like they talk, but I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't have seen that coming.
All right, we're gonna go in the order that the episodes came out. Kind of. We'll do Rhode Island together since they will be on Sundays at the end. So we'll start here with Beverly Hills. I almost feel like by recapping this one episode, we've recapped the whole season and we have nothing
And
to talk about.
probably the future shows that are coming.
Probably. Well, there's only I think one
Although,
more episode.
although there was some interesting stuff that did happen
Uh,
with, I mean,
a lot better. It was a better episode. It was one of the
somebody
better
woke
ones.
up Erica.
Oh, thank God. That was literally I literally wrote that. OG Erica is back and thank God. Because I've seen people saying, "Oh, Erica doesn't do enough. She does not enough on the show." But listen, here's my thing. When Erica comes to play ball, she comes to play ball.
Oh,
Like Erica makes her time worth it.
I don't want to fight with her. I would not want to fight with
No,
her.
I wrote that. I said there's not many housewives out there, but Erica is one who will always, in my opinion, clear that fight. She will always come out on top.
And then the best part is she actually does feel bad after.
Mhm.
But when she's in the throes of it, you ain't stopping her and you ain't matching her.
No, and I think that's why people are like, "Oh, she's not doing enough, Erica," because I think she only fights when she genuinely cares now. Like I think she's matured to the point where she's only gonna fight with you if she actually cares about you. Like she's not gonna just do petty like fights anymore.
Well, because you could see the moment that the trigger happened. Like, listen, let's go back a step because this whole thing, I felt bad for Kyle. I do feel bad for Kyle, and Kyle is.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Kyle. She's like, meh, she's okay. I mean, I can. She's okay. Take her or leave her, but she was really. She's really
no, yeah.
getting a raw deal with Dorit, and Dorit does not see it. She's got blinders on.
I generally can't figure out what Dorit's problem is with Kyle. I'm thinking maybe it's the talking to PK thing, but it doesn't sound like she like really talks with him anymore. Like she just talks to
No.
Mo and like he might talk to PK, which like
They're friends though. They're two guy friends that you brought together.
I
So
know.
you can't expect just because you're getting divorced, he's not going to be
Like
friends with
yeah,
him.
because it doesn't sound like she's hanging out with PK. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean
Well,
like
she
I
said,
get I get Dorit's idea of like I don't want you hanging around with my ex because we've said the same thing about people
"Oh,
in
of
our
course.
situation.
Yeah, no,
But
it's
like I
weird.
just don't think I think in my head I'm thinking Dorit's not getting that
She's not.
validation that she wants for everyone else in the group to be like, yeah, she shouldn't be doing that. So I feel like now she's trying to pick little things with Kyle to make everyone be like, look, I have a problem with Kyle because of this. And it's like, I don't know, it's just not working.
I feel like with all that she has going on, regardless with this divorce, she could just have that as her story, but make it not so annoying. But I think no, because she's making it into like more of a nuisance because she is picking a fight with Kyle that's not there to pick because Kyle is saying literally this you wish they could almost go back in time and like watch what you're watching because you'd be like Kyle has said, the cameras don't lie. Because she is not doing anything different than any of the rest of them are. Somehow, like Dorit's got like a dog with a bone on this and she won't let it go. And Kyle is seeing it. I think Erica sees it a little too, especially when she made that comment, which is what, like we were saying, set her off. She made the comment about Bose saying, oh, Bose is the only one that has truly been here for me the most out of this group.
Mhm.
And that's, come on. I don't see, maybe they don't show it, but they're not showing it.
Well, I will say, in my opinion, Bravo's doing a lot of hiding footage because there was another thing they had showed. well, first off, we'll talk about that with the Valley. But there was a comment that they didn't show with when Bose and Sutton were talking
Hmm.
last week that they hid, which I think was pivotal. I wish I could remember it now, but I can't. But it was something that I was like
Oh, yes, they were sitting down and they said
in the beginning
something.
before they came to the dinner.
Well, they were saying something about that they were about her financials and the purse. It
Yeah.
was about the purse because she said other people are coming together and talking about you. And she's like, well, like who or whatever. And then she was trying to like drag Sutton into it as well or something like that. It's just like, listen, this is what this show's about. People are going to talk about you. People talk about everybody and all the time. I'll hang up the phone and start talking about somebody, not in a mean way, but you're gonna comment on what you
No,
just
yeah.
discussed with if somebody's sitting there with you, or if they're a friend of them, you're gonna be like, hey, do you know so and so's like doing this? What do you think? It doesn't always mean something
And
bad.
I think Kyle, once again, could be wrong, but I feel like Kyle's more going around and talking to the ladies, more just trying to see like, is she crazy or is she on the money with like, is she actually seeing Dorit acting a certain way? Is it just from her eyes or is everybody else seeing this? Like, I feel like to validate her so that she doesn't come to Dorit and be like, hey, you
Yeah,
look crazy. And I feel like that's what's going on.
I would ask somebody that as well. Like, I would be like, have you seen this behavior or is it just me? Because I don't want to make something out of nothing. Funny part is that whole thing that started this whole thing where she talked to Bose started the conversation by saying, how is everything going down there? I have FOMO, blah, blah, blah.
Mm,
And then, of course, she said, because they are both friends, and I guess, like Kyle knows, she's close with her, she started in saying, like, hey, what's going on with her? I don't know. She's out here shopping. She is. She looks, maybe erratic was the wrong word, but she does look like she's spending a lot of money in
mhm.
a time when maybe you shouldn't be. You should be a
Yeah.
little more conservative.
Well, I think the little confessional Sutton had where she was like, I just thought this was like divorce behavior. And I think that's what a lot of them think. Like, I think Sutton was on the money where she was like, I thought this was just like divorce. Like,
But
you're going to
maybe,
spend money. You're trying to like rebrand yourself. You're doing all this
yeah, but
stuff.
maybe Kyle knows her a little better, like, and that's the whole
Well,
thing. I don't
mhm,
know.
that's my thing. I feel like, listen, it's nice that Bose and Rachel are trying to defend her, but I think they are missing that past context that all these other ladies have
That we
with
know.
Dorit that we all know. So it makes those two look a little like kooky looky because it's like, well, like don't defend her like this blindly. But I guess like if you have to think about it in the real world, if there was no cameras because they're supposed to act like there's no cameras, they wouldn't know about all the stuff that she's done in the past unless someone
Nope.
brought it up to her. So I mean, it's like truthful, but like as a viewer, it is kind of like, mm. I will
How do
say
you think that's gonna go for you, Cooper?
Cooper's trying to walk on stuff that he should not be.
Don't do it.
He's huffing. He's huffing at us. I
Don't
can't even
huff.
with him.
Don't huff.
I will say my only thing I hated with the whole fight when Erica like started going at her was like no one backed Erica still, which I mean I wouldn't get involved in that either. I would let Erica go off because I think she was making valid points. But even Kyle didn't back her up. But I'm thinking maybe Kyle thought Erica was like chiming in to back her up kind of more. And I feel like Kyle said all she could say at that point.
I think so too, and I think Kyle. I think she's kind of backed Erica a couple of times, and Erica has stated, "I don't need anyone to back me up. I'm like, I'm gonna say what I say and
Well,
whatever."
no,
So I don't think Erica expects anybody to stick up for her. I mean, and Kyle came over to her and hugged her when she was like starting to like cry because she gets
well,
upset
yeah,
about
I
it and
just
stuff
meant
like
no.
that.
When she did at the table, she was like, everyone agrees, and no one was like even shaking a
Kyle
head.
was like,
But
I think Kyle was
Kyle
like
kind of was.
nodding
I think
along,
Kyle was more
but
just
the rest of
assuming.
them, yeah,
No, nothing,
we're sitting.
nothing.
I mean, Rachel spoke up a couple of times saying, like, listen, I tell her I don't like that she's late. I've told her this, but she keeps giving her a lot of grace because you know why? You haven't had all these years with Dorit and her cuckoo craziness and her long ass
Mhm.
stories and her whole, nonsense. And I think that's where
Yeah, I think
Bose
they're
and
missing.
Rachel are giving her a little more grace. But I'm sorry, Dorit is doing some crazy ass stuff because she's over there apologizing to everybody for being late and like she's naming every person. And one seat away from her is Amanda. Even if you didn't see her because whoever's sitting next to you is taller, I don't even know who
It
was.
was Sutton. Sutton's not that
No,
tall.
but I'm just saying, like, let's say you had Bose next to her, who's very
Taller.
tall. So you didn't see her. You know she's supposed to be at this table. So you're just like totally disregard and then gonna call it out and be like, oh, I didn't even see you there or whatever. Like, that's
That was
just
a
mean
hundred.
girls. And that's what they were
That
trying
was
to say to her.
intentional.
You're being
You could see it on
intentional.
her
Even
face.
you're going through all this other stuff that people are picking on you, and instead you're still making time for that. I
Yeah,
just don't know. Listen, I thought this was the end like you did. Like we thought this was the final thing
I think it
because
was supposed to be.
all I know is this fight needs to come to an end with Kyle and her. Either they need to stop talking
Yeah.
because it's boring.
You know what I think happened? I
Erika
think,
was the best part of this fight because she
yeah.
changed the dynamic and woo, let's get it going.
Well, I think what happened in Dorit's mind is last season she saw that whole like everyone was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna fight! Like this is so big, like Dorit and Kyle fighting."
I think
And
she
now I think
thinks
she's
it's
just
bigger.
gonna run with it. And honestly, I don't care and I'm over it. It's not like
I think Kyle's over it too, and she's like, "No, you're not going to use me
I
for a
yeah,
storyline."
I think Dorit just knows, no offense to Kyle, but she could potentially take her in a fight. Like there's not any, I mean,
Who could? Kyle could take
like
her.
I think Dorit could take Kyle in a fight. Like
Yeah, well, because if you noticed, when somebody that really knows what they're doing
she left.
steps up, she walked away,
Hmm.
and it's not, and it should have no bearing on it because Kyle and Erica, according to Dorit, like should be like the same level of like longevity of friendship, the whole bit. So like, why wouldn't you walk away when Kyle was
Yeah.
coming for you?
It's just
Because you know you can't.
Erica.
Yeah, you can't beat her.
Erica,
Sorry.
you're not going to. And honestly, the best part about the cash trip is because, of course, in Sutton's attempt, she's like, I thought this was going to be healing. I thought this was... Girl, how many trips, how many seasons, how many different shows do we have to do this to realize cash
Especially
trips are
them.
never going to be healing?
No,
Ever.
especially them.
Ever. Especially now that cash trips are like what they're setting up to be like the finale.
Yeah.
It's just, no. I mean, I guess, I mean, I'm assuming they did Rachel's house party because I feel like they didn't feel like it was wrapped up enough or they had more to give because it felt like it was that was should have been the end, like the way it ended,
Yeah.
because usually that's how they've been ending them now, as cash strips.
Yeah,
So
I
it
don't
was
know.
a little weird to have her party be in there. Well, I will say one thing that opened my mind a little bit. I didn't realize Rachel Zoe was partially from New Jersey.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
she
I forgot
wasn't
about
born
that.
in New Jersey, but she was raised in New Jersey, so
Yeah.
her working at the Short Hills Mall and all that cleared up a lot about Rachel Zoe in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, towards the end of the episode, I came to a little bit of a conclusion of what Dorit's issue might be. Is she doesn't realize two things can be true. Erica can agree that Kyle should not talk to PK, but also agree with Kyle that Dorit's crazy. Like
Yeah.
that's her thing. She just can't realize two things can be
Yeah.
true. Quite
You
simply.
have to. It's an all or nothing with Dorit, and you're not going to get that. Not with anybody. I mean,
Well, let's move on to the next one. Let's take a trip over to the valley. I don't have much for the valley. I just feel like we were just getting started. We were, just a lot of crying babies.
oh my
Oh,
god.
Kristen.
The Valley could be summed up to me as very simply. Everyone pretty much came back except for Jax.
Yeah.
Uh, we
Didn't
now
feel didn't feel like he was missing
didn't
out.
even notice he was gone. We now have Lala and Schwartz, which I think are two funny additions because they are just going to be like little pops of like
Well,
cuckoo,
yeah, I feel
cuckoo,
like,
cuckoo.
in my opinion, I can already tell what Lalo's role is going to be. She's going to be the person.
She's a shit stir,
Well, that
pop
no,
star.
but she's the in time real confessionals. All of them, every time they'd have a conversation, if you notice, they'd
Oh,
almost
she'll
cut
bring
the
it up.
next scene was them coming back to tell Lala, so
Oh
that
yeah.
she can just drive the narrative. That's
Oh yeah.
100% what Lala's job is
That's what
going to
she
be.
did
She's
on
the
she did
real
that
time
on
confessionals here.
whatchamacallit Vanderpump, and she will do that here. That's what she's about. Brittany's got a new boyfriend. Kristen had a baby. Nina and Danny finally moved.
I thought they were not coming back to the show. I thought
Oh, I,
I heard they were not coming back to the show.
I don't know. They're too crazy not to come back.
Well, I think it was probably maybe they were planning on not, but now that they got their new house, maybe they
Janet's
really.
still annoying. That's all I have for her.
And brunette.
Oh yeah, and
She
darker.
wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, her hair
she
is a
was a
little
little
darker
blonder.
now.
Yeah, she's brunette now. And it looks like there could be something between Michelle and Schwartz, which I'd be interested in seeing where
Well,
this cuckoo looku goes.
I wrote that down. Well, I don't know.
She's still not divorced. That
I wrote
also.
that down. I was like, Tom Schwartz literally thinks he has chemistry with everybody.
He
Have you
does.
noticed that?
He does.
He does it.
He's
But
one
she
of
kind of like, you could tell that she was like not fully into it, but she was like,
no, you
whatever.
can't look away from him. He's that kind of person. That's
'Cause
how
he's
he
like,
got
what the hell's
Rachel
wrong with
and
him?
or Raquel or whatever her name is, like to be interested. Like he has that personality that I think you just want to be around him because he's
You
so
almost feel a little sympathetic for him. Like he's like
yeah,
too much of a goofball that
he's
you're
the sad
like,
puppy that you just want to take home and like, let me help you. Let me help you.
'cause
You're
what the
so
hell's wrong
fun.
with him?
Yeah, but it was a lot of baby crying, like you said, a lot of figuring out who's talking to who, because
Yeah.
there was a lot of people that I wasn't really sure were mad at each other, not really, and
Well, because I kind of forgot it did blow up at the
yeah,
end. I
and
forgot about
the
that whole
reunion
thing
was
with
not
like,
any
yeah.
better.
Which I will say, at the end, I can't believe they hid all that footage from us. I mean, I get because she didn't sign the NDA yet, the girl,
Oh,
but
the
like,
yeah,
oh my God, like I'm surprised they didn't try to like air that and just like blur her face because I don't know, maybe they just didn't think it would look good because like production was like even on
yeah,
cameras, like
they went
getting in,
and
like
like,
fighting with them.
why is she here and this side? Yeah,
Yeah, it was interesting. I kind of liked it because it was kind of behind the scenes. Like it was interesting to hear them say like we're filming till 10:30. Like they went like a shift,
yeah,
like they were like
like
clocking in,
they
like we're
did.
gonna be there from like so and so to 10:30. It was
Yeah, they
that was
did funny
interesting.
stuff like that, like where they were like talking about like how long they were supposed to be committed to this scene kind of,
Yeah.
which then kind of makes you feel like it isn't like real
Well,
time.
yeah,
But I
I
guess
guess
they knew that was a party they were at or something, so
yeah.
maybe they knew the event is ending at, you know,
Well, yeah. Well, you
10:30 or
have to keep in
something.
mind. I saw someone say this, like the OCs are filming or whatever, and people were like, they're putting lights up and they're staging, and it's like, okay, well, yes, it is real life, but you want to be able to see these people and see good lighting and all this stuff. So I don't think like it's staged in that sense, but I don't think it's staged verbally. Like
Yeah,
you have to
no,
remember when they go to restaurants, they have to tell them, hey, we're gonna be here from here to here. They have to book places out, so
yeah,
they probably do in a sense know like
because
we can only stay till 10:30.
I think in public places they have to have like a filming permit.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
what
think they
most.
have to put a sign up
Well,
saying like filming is happening in
yeah,
this
because of the
location.
people.
Yeah, you
The
have to.
restaurants definitely have to get permission because
Yeah,
my theory is always that when you notice they really only get two options at a restaurant ever, and it's like
outsider.
it's like steak or chicken, and
Oh,
everyone's like, "Oh, I'll do steak chicken," because I think they just have those meals
maybe.
pre-prepared ready for them. I don't know, I've always noticed that. Could be wrong, I just think it's something interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting, and I think it's going to be interesting to see this girlfriend come on the scene. Which the only thing I can't understand is why Michelle and the husband. What is the husband's name? Jeez,
I don't know. He kind of annoys me, so I try to block him out a little bit. I don't remember his
I
name.
don't remember his name either. Well, the husband. We'll figure that one out.
Ex-husband,
He.
hopefully.
Well, no, the fact that they're not divorced and it's like 2 years. Is
And
that what she said?
yeah, and it's his fault.
And when he gave the excuse, like, of why they're not divorced, he just said, it's simple. We're just not divorced or something yet. Like, but it's not. Like, I've been divorced. It's not that hard. This is really not that hard. Even if you have assets, it's really not that hard. You have to, and the way she sounds like she'll walk away with nothing. She don't
I
care.
think she did say that.
Oh yeah,
She
she said
said
she
I
was.
am.
Yeah, I'm walking away with nothing. So well, she said it to the girlfriend.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what the problem is. So maybe this girlfriend will help this along for them. But my
maybe.
favorite part of the whole night was when
But
they had the sip and see to come see the babies or whatever. And Lala m- brings up a comment that people have made that said her baby that she went with a
oh,
sperm donor looks a lot like coming back. Come on, looks a lot like Kristen's husband.
it kind of does. That's kind of
And it
crazy.
does, but then they broke it down to the fact that he actually was a sperm donor at that sperm bank. And when you see the Vanderpump things of her reading the different options of who to
Hmm.
pick, like,
He's like, I could be all of them.
well, he said, I'm in finance, I'm in this, I have that, I have da, 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 da. So, and then when they did a side by side picture, it really did look like him. I mean, in a weird way, it would kind of be cute, I guess, for her because she kind of would know who the dad is without having to really like.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he'd be involved or jump to,
No,
but I think it would be
he
interesting.
can't have any more stress. That guy. He
No,
can't. He's
but
too
that's
stressed out
just
already. Imagine that. Imagine a kid with Lala and Kristen.
no,
That's a lot. That's a lot to handle. I won't lie.
no.
All right.
But honestly, that's like
That's it.
they really. I feel like they really didn't need. They didn't get down too deep,
No,
but they
like the
look like
most
they
was
will. But
Michelle. Yeah.
yeah, I don't. I just think they're.
I think they just had to get everyone back in the same room because no one really interacted while they were off.
Yeah, that's what's weird too. Like they
Yeah.
don't really like.
They don't seem like they hang out outside of their
Mm-mm.
show.
But like that's what I will say, which is odd about Beverly Hills. I do think like Erica and Kyle talk, and
Yeah,
Dorit and Erica talk, and so I do think these ladies like it seems like Bose and her got closer too. Like I do think they talk off
off the
camera.
show.
Like do I think they're like taking vacations and stuff? No, but like I think they stay friendly. Where like these guys seem like, and they openly said like I haven't seen so and so since filming or since
Yeah.
reunion or whatever. So, but I think the people that know how to start a season is absolutely Atlanta.
But where they are hanging out outside of the show and going on trips together. That
Oh
one was a
yeah.
little shocking to me there.
No, I've always thought
Yes,
they were
but
all friends,
no,
like
no, no,
in a
I
certain
know,
respect.
but I just didn't like remember them being like that close to those. But I guess they are.
Yeah, I guess they got a newfound, love for each other, but they at least brought everybody back, pretty much.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
And
everybody but Britt and Kenya, which
yeah,
makes sense.
we
Britt
figured,
left on her own accord in
yeah,
Kenya.
I think she just said
I don't think we'll ever
done.
see the light of day with Kenya
Yeah.
again.
No, I think it would. I don't even think. I think Bravo has a limit of like
Yeah,
what you can come back for, and I think that was even though we didn't see anything, like they didn't show anything. I just think the whole thought that she would do that is,
a little too far.
yeah, she's got at least 4 seasons before she could even think about it.
Yeah. What season are we on of Atlanta?
God knows.
I don't know.
They've been out for like, I feel
I
like
don't even know.
Portia was like a wee lad.
Yeah, I don't know. She's got,
She's
yeah,
been
at least
married
like
three
four.
times since then.
Yeah, she's got at least 4 or 5 years before Kenya can see the light of day. You see her workshopping on another episode somewhere on the NBC, then you know Kenya's close to coming back. But that's just my opinion. You know, that's my theory here.
Yeah. But the only new girl was this Michelle K.
No, K
K Michelle, I'm
Michelle
sorry, K
and
Michelle.
Pinky.
And Pinky, yes.
Yes.
Pinky I was most excited for because we are vegan, so
Yeah.
we know of the slutty vegan.
I
So
mean, we might have to drive all the way into New York and try it. I don't know.
yeah,
I mean, she does have one in New York, but everything else is pretty much in Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah. But that's very exciting. So I'm just curious to see how her being vegan plays out on the show too, because
Because
it
is
was.
Portia still vegan? I don't know. Portia's like vegan every other week.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember where we last left off. I'm
I don't
gonna
think
go
she
with
is.
no right now, but it does feel like sometimes she is. So at least she'll have someone to indulge, I guess, in a vegan conversation, maybe.
Yeah, and I was glad to see that her and that K Michelle like knew each other and were friends.
Yeah, I do think they have a good tie-in. Like they're not
Yeah,
too out. Like we were talking about that last week. I think they have enough connections with the girls. Like
yeah.
everyone seems, at least the K Michelle, everyone seems to know. I did look her up. She was on another reality show, Love and
Yeah,
Hip Hop. Yeah.
yeah, no, she and she also said she was on that recent one, the
Oh
King of
yes,
Queen of Hearts or
Queen's Court.
Queen's Court, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We
That
saw
dating,
that one. The trailer. We were thinking about
yeah.
watching that, I feel
That
like.
was yeah, because somebody else was on it that we knew.
I think so.
I forget who it
I don't
was.
know.
Somebody else that we watched was on there, and she said she did that to provoke the guy that she'd been seeing for years to like either like shit or get off the pot. Apparently he did, and he married her. He was a dentist. Lo and
There you go.
behold. I think that's the best way to go when you're in these weird reality worlds. But you got to make sure they're willing to come on camera because, but most of the all the Atlanta guys do come on camera. They are one of
Yeah.
the groups that like get
Do show
together.
up.
Yeah, and the Potomac guys,
Yeah.
right? Isn't it Potomac?
No, I think you're thinking of Married to Medicine guys.
Married to Medicine guys. Yeah, you're right.
But
You're right.
that's because they're a big part of the Married to Medicine. Like they are the medicine, some of them.
Some of them,
So I
yeah,
think that's why.
yeah.
But
And I think they are like again another group of people that are all
connected.
connected. We have to get into that one too because
I know we will.
another one we
I don't have too much on Atlanta because it was kind of just mostly Portia's dinner.
yeah.
Which I will say, I read in the description, I'm like, oh, this sounds like it's gonna be good. Like it said, like Portia's dinner, if Portia has a couple's dinner, it ends like in a like disaster or whatever. And I'm like,
I
I don't feel like it ended
no,
like
I
that
thought
bad.
they ended like
Like, they had a
nice.
little fight, and that was it. Like, and they moved on. And I wouldn't even consider what they had like a fight for Atlanta standards. That was like a discussion.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was either because I wrote like the party starts with a bang and it keeps going, but it didn't really like
No.
it just like she brought out some questions and whatever, but like everybody just answered them casually. I think the only thing that got weird was when Shamia, who I did not know had so many problems with so many people, like
Yeah,
started going off on Drew.
well, I will say on that thing, I was very proud of Portia because I could tell Drew was trying to provoke her
Yeah,
with that whole her husband's not here, her husband's not here. So I will say I'm glad she did not take the bait for that because
yeah.
I do like when Shamir and Portia are friends. So to not like get into it,
I don't know if they're going to be able to
I don't
get
think they'll
back
get
to
back
being
to being
friends,
friends.
but I think Portia knows she's learned the business and she knows that she has to be cordial
Yes.
and bring everybody around, whether she wants to or not. And I think she also just is over like the main crazy fighting. Like I think
Yeah.
she's another one that's like these old G's are ready to say whatever to say. You know, like
Yeah.
they're like they don't care. But she's finally divorced, thankfully, and living in that big house, which
Yeah.
is
Which I'm
interesting.
like, why do they all have a problem with her living in that house? I mean, she did say in the confessional she pays for most of it, so yeah, she's gonna live in that
But if
house.
that house was like they were trying to make it sound like it was his house that like she almost ousted him out of when
Oh,
she
like
moved in.
he had it,
Like
she
he
moved
moved in
into
and
it, and
like
then
now
she
she
kicked
kept
him
it.
out.
But I don't know if that's the case.
I
I
don't know if
don't know.
that's like how it worked out. I mean, if that's how it worked out, props to her amazing work. But if
Obviously he
that was
doesn't care that much, otherwise he would have fought
no, he would have
for it.
taken it. I'm sure if he has enough money for that big giant house, he can get another one.
The best thing though, I think I mean Shamia, I feel like I always say her name wrong, but she's a character.
Yeah.
And I don't remember her being quite that character when she was a friend of.
No, she was. I feel like
She
she
was
was
like
a little bit more quieter.
she was a
Yeah.
little more quieter, but I think now that she knows she's a main player, she's playing
Yeah.
because
She's kind of like Angie K, where Angie K was a little bit like
but
reserved, and
once
now
she
that she got her peach,
Oh
she's here to
my.
play.
And she is hilarious. Her sit downs, I could
Mhm.
just watch her sit downs
Yes.
and just be content because that's where she really shines. I mean, when she did that whole miming of like her interpretation of a text that Portia sent to
It was
her.
better than getting the text because sometimes
Oh
I
my God.
can't pause the screen to read the text fast enough
No.
and the words block it. So you know what? I've appreciated that more because I feel like it did
There were so many
encapsulate
hand
what was there.
gestures, so many facial gestures. I mean, it was quite comical. It
Yeah.
really was. That was like the best thing ever. Anybody else you have that really stood out to you? Because
Well, I will
there's,
say my standout, I think, for this whole season is probably going to be that K Michelle. I think she's got it in the bag to be a standout for this season.
no, I do too.
I feel like she's got it.
I think she's gonna be a sneaky one that's gonna come in, not like with like gossip and rumors,
No,
but
not
like
even. I'm
just
just saying.
calling them out on stupid
I
bullcrap.
mean, and just in general, like being funny. Like I feel like she could
Yeah.
almost take, and I hate to say it, but Phaedra's title for like those like weird little quips.
One-liners.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Like I feel
No,
like
because when
that.
she got up and walked away from the table, I was like,
Well, yeah, just her with Charles Oakley at the table, like just
yeah,
them two like bantering. I was like, okay. That's where I
yeah.
was kind of like that's in my head where I'm like, okay, I can see her being a real big contender for like top housewife this season.
Well, speaking of Charles, I don't know what his deal is, man.
I don't
Like
know.
either stay with that lady and be nice or leave her because I kind of feel bad for her because right off the bat, first scene together, he's already making comments about like, I mean, she did start it by mentioning make sure he gets a clear liquid because he may went on a podcast and stated that he was roofied and that's how he
Yeah.
ended up getting married or something. And then he doubled down at the party and made another comment when she said something about like wanting to go upstairs with him or something. And he's like, no, I didn't. Like, who
I
says
and he
that? Like,
like
why are you?
undermines her so much. It's
He
crazy.
makes her look like
He's
he
gonna
doesn't want to
be
be with her.
it's gonna be one of those ones where like I can't remember the husband's name, but Drew and the ex-husband where I was like, ugh, I do not want them to be together,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
horrible to like
No,
say,
I
but
don't want
like
her to be with him either. But the funny thing is, I kind of think he does it on purpose because he knows he's on camera. Like, it's weird. Like, I feel like he's intentionally doing this stuff. I don't want to say to make himself look bad, but I feel like to knowing that people are gonna say smack about him, like he's just like, well, here, I'll give you something like funny to talk
yeah.
about, like
Well, he
kind of,
almost
but it's
like and
at
it's
her expense, and I don't
yeah,
think he
that's the worst
realizes
part.
that.
But it's yeah, it is almost like he also gives you like it's one story, but then he gives you like five different answers for that story, so you don't
Oh,
know which one
heavily,
is
yeah.
actually true, technically. But yeah, it is at her, which is like the only thing.
It was okay, kept it moving.
Yeah, it was kind of
It
like
was
the
good. It
valley.
was a good like first
Catch up.
episode, yeah, just
I
to
will
like, yeah.
say, honestly, and Phaedra said it, the best part was Drew on FaceTime
Oh
all
my God.
night with this guy. I mean, like, here's the thing. Cynthia brought her guy on FaceTime too, but like, showed him to Portia, hung up. I just don't know how Drew's battery lasted. Like, that battery lasted all night. Her phone, that guy was propped up all night on
That's
that
it
phone.
with a ring light, with a big smile.
Like smiling. Yeah,
And
like,
actually interacting in this like
I know. Like,
weirdness.
somebody should have mic'd him up. Someone should have went to his house and mic'd him up because
I
I'm sure he
agree.
had good comments.
It was weird. I will say that it was definitely weird. The funniest thing though is Phaedra was like
Quiet.
she was very quiet. She was
I
very
never saw
mellow.
that she was there.
She made a couple little like comments, a couple of little Phaedra comments like about
Is she one of
Shamia
the
and her,
confessionals?
yeah, her glow up and like that, obviously if you have the money, get it done or whatever. Because she was clearly commenting on her boobs. And speaking of boobs, like Portia and that dress, her boobs were out 90% of the time. She's sitting at that table and those boobs are hanging. Like they were just like they were blurring them.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
they
do you
did
not
not
feel the
tape that
cold?
good.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know
It
how
was an
some of these
interesting
outfits
dress.
are like, yeah.
I will, yeah, the boobs being pushed up into the chest on some of them. It doesn't matter the show. This is for all the shows. Like it has to hurt. It has to hurt. Like they're up and I don't know, shelved. It does look a little painful. I will say my only other thing, because I thought it was kind of interesting, and I just noticed a pattern. It came to me. Drew has a problem with almost every other singer that is a woman. Has
Mm-hmm.
anybody noticed this?
Oh no, yeah.
K Michelle,
Oh, she a singer? She's a singer? Oh wait, is she a
Candace,
singer?
Shamia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm curious to know what's going on there, Drew. Like, what's
She's
your
not the best singer either. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, maybe she is in the R&B world and I don't know her, but like,
I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just like no like I just realized I'm like she had a problem with her and I'm like, who else did you have a problem with? And I thought like, no, she had a problem with Candace, even though she went on
yeah.
tour with Candace. Problem with Shamia. Like, don't be a female singer around Drew, because you're gonna have a problem with her apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have to wait to get into the season to really see how this all plays out and how they end up they always give us a good
Yeah,
show. I think it
they're
was
one of
cute
the
the way it
ones.
started with, I didn't know who it was sitting in the chair. I thought it
I thought
was
it was Portia.
Portia
I did too.
when it started, like, and they were showing like clips and stuff, and then you see, Cynthia turn around, and I was like, oh my God, she's back, even though it's just a friend of, because
Yeah.
yeah,
She's kind
she's,
of she is their equivalent of like a Dolores. She's there to
yeah.
keep the peace a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dolores,
Hmm?
shall we see her as a friend of on the Real Housewives of Rhode Island now? I'm just
Yeah, that was weird. It
it
was
was
weird.
weird. It was weird. It's
It's
always a
like,
little weird when you see a housewife from another franchise
it was
on
like,
it.
what are you doing here without Dorinda? What are you doing here with Dolores? Like,
I know.
what the?
Let me tell you this.
Especially with a look-alike. I
I know.
mean,
Well, here's number one thing. Bravo knew they struck gold with these women,
oh
but
yeah.
no, no. Here's how you already know they had it before they even started filming. They put cameras in the family car that had no housewives in there. That girl's family, when she first pulled up in the very first scene, all the aunts that came, there was no housewife in that
Oh,
car.
if they're in their
But they
family, yeah.
knew, like that's how Bravo knew. They said, "We got a crazy family." They put cameras in the car for the family.
Yeah.
Like they were like, "Yeah, no, we got gold in
Because you
here."
got Aunt in the back seat, like swinging on the what do
Everyone
they call those things?
flask.
Flasks. Like she's in the back, like because it took an hour to get to the girl's house. Like,
No, 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 it was 15 minutes. They showed it actually on the map. If you look, they showed it's actually 15
why did
minutes.
she say it was an hour?
Ooh, I'm pretty sure on the map it said 15 minutes.
I mean, everything can't be 15 minutes away from everything, but I don't know.
No, I know, but well, Rhode Island is very, very small. So I guess it is all like connected, which is it ever connected? We
It
baked
is
for
very,
connected
no,
housewives.
this is very small,
We
and I
got
think
them.
they do all know each other. So they have Alicia, I think is one, Liz,
Yes.
Joellen,
Ruella,
Rula.
Rula,
They really didn't show her in the first episode.
and barely in the
Kelsey,
second.
Ashley, Rosie, and yeah, that's it.
That's it.
And then surprise guest Dolores, of course.
Yes. I think they have a good mix, in my opinion, of younger and older
I
housewives.
do too.
I think here's my thing.
And enough of each ages, like,
Like
so that it's
it's
not
like
just
half and
one
half.
older, like
What
one in her 50s.
Yes, you
Like
could
there's,
split them up if you
yeah,
had to. And I think it was actually kind of worked kind of well. Like the younger girls dating an older guy, kind of that connects with the older ladies. I think that's an interesting way to do it. But I do think they have a good mix. But I think it only might work here because of it being like how they're saying everyone is so connected. Like I don't know if you could do that everywhere.
yeah.
I mean, maybe, but I think it works well here.
I will say that I know that for myself in my 50s, I can be very easily friends with people in my 30s because I was at my job. The ages don't seem that far apart, that like that's what I think happened in New Jersey, not New Jersey, New York at the time when they were in their heyday. They were in their 50s and some of the younger ones were in their 30s. So like that age group meshes well. Like you're not too old, you're not too young. You're like right there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what these girls are. They're not too old for each other.
Yeah, I think people think like younger housewives, but really you're not gonna get young. I mean, I'm not much younger than the other girl. I'm like 5 years younger. I think the youngest one is 30. But like, I don't really think you're gonna get
No,
20 years,
that
20-year-olds.
no. 30
They're
is where it's
yeah,
and I think
because
they are about
my
like
age is
30s and
just
then 50s.
my age is not getting married, having kids yet.
Mm.
So I mean, well, somebody is on that show. The one's Liz's stepdaughter.
Oh,
She's
well, yeah,
26
26,
having a
yeah.
kid. But I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for that. Not yet. Like I think it's yeah, you have to still stay in the 30s to get down. Then you'll get the next generation.
No. And this is the one thing that I noticed the most. And this is coming from someone that comes from Jersey, obviously, and can have a very thick Jersey accent at times. The accent from Rhode Island
Wow.
is like nothing. It's
Someone said it's like Boston, New York.
mixed all together, I
And
feel
like,
like.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like you took all the accents from the East
yeah.
Coast and you put them in one.
And it's insane. And they really have no problem like going into full accent.
Yeah.
Like they don't try to, like, some of the Jersey people try to like downplay their Jersey
Mhm.
accent, but like these guys,
Mhm.
no,
Yeah, and I feel
no,
like this, I will say, feels very New Jersey adjacent. So if you're looking for
yeah,
a New Jersey dupe, I would say this is it. Because in my opinion, I kept thinking every time we had to watch a show, man, I'm like, oh my God, New Jersey on tonight, New Jersey on tonight. For some reason, I just kept feeling like, I don't know if it was because Dolores is there, but I kept thinking, oh my God, we're going to watch New Jersey. And I will say, for me, they're close enough to getting New Jersey.
yeah.
Like they are very close. I don't know if it's because they kind of look like a lot of the New Jersey housewives,
Yeah,
like
they have that
visually,
same, like,
that Italian
yes, a lot of them
tan,
are Italian,
the hair,
so they
the
have all,
accents
yeah, they
close.
have all
I
of that
mean,
stuff.
in my opinion, they're all a little bit Teresa as far as it goes with getting not a single phrase right, not anything
Oh my,
grammarly
I
correct. They're
listen,
all
I don't like to call
Teresa.
anybody not to call anybody for not being smart or knowing things, but these ladies,
It's the Teresa
yikes.
isms.
I mean,
It's like
some of
Teresa
the,
and Ramona isms.
yeah,
Like that's what's going on here.
but they own it. Like
Yeah,
Teresa
I will give
doesn't
them
know.
that.
She didn't always own it. These ladies own it. Like the one girl, Joellen was she's the first big event. Joellen started the first big
Mhm.
event, which was a 4th of July party that she rented out at another house.
Because
Must
we
be nice
finally
on
have
the water.
rich housewives.
Yeah,
That's what
these
these
people have
girls
money.
are rich,
Yeah, they have money.
which people
And
have been begging for. Rich housewives.
so you
They're gonna give it to you.
yeah, these definitely have money and based on their houses, you know they have money.
Mhm.
I don't know if they could take that money and bring it like to New York or whatever, but in Rhode Island, they're the richest probably of the rich there. She starts the thing off with the first big event and I don't know where I was going with oh,
Right back to losing train of thought, you guys.
she didn't know what the 4th of July was. Like she doesn't know what she said. She named the Santa Maria Pinta and just like that, like not even correct.
Yeah, not
And
full thoughts. They don't
no,
think in full
no,
thoughts.
she wasn't thinking any full thoughts. She ended it with just saying, "Yeah, I don't know what the 4th of July is for." And then who was the other one? Was it Liz that
No,
said
it's
about
the other girl.
Alicia
Yeah.
that said something about folk, like the dress, some dress
The
that one of the
folklore,
girls
yeah.
were the folklore, like she should be on the folklore singing. Folklore, yes, that is a word. She goes, I hope it's a word. It is a word, however, you're not using it right.
That's what I'm saying. They are Teresa.
She meant like yodelers, I think is what she was trying to say, or
Like just from
milkmaid.
like yeah, like the
Yeah.
medieval times. Like
Like
yeah,
the
when they
sound of music is what I think she thought she was going with. And no, she was crazy.
you know what's something I did notice that was kind of interesting since we're kind of still introducing them. I don't know if you noticed this, but when they would play the like coming up, they would put their name tags on every girl, like in the bottom corner. Like every time they would show a wife, they would put like
Well, we
Rosie,
said in the first
Liz.
episode, we weren't really, some of them look a lot alike. They
Yeah.
all have the
It's
long,
weird. The older girls all look alike, and then the younger girls
yeah,
all kind of look
they
alike.
all
I mean,
have
I've gotten them
long
down now,
brown
I
hair.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so it's a, yeah, now by the second episode,
I
I
feel
know who's who, but if they got their back to me,
yeah,
I'm
that
not.
but that Liz, she's got the face of Dolores.
Well, she said she has
I
the
know.
face of Dolores
And the teeth.
because she went to Dolores' dentist and to her
No, I
plastic
know, but it's
surgeon.
just so true because I feel like I'm like watching Dolores, but she sounds like Leah Remedy a little bit more.
Yeah,
And you
she
know,
would make a great housewife.
and but then someone also was like, no, she kind of sounds like Meredith Marks. And she kind of does. She has that like slur of the
Oh,
words.
yes.
So she sounds like if Leah Remedy did an impression of Meredith Marks with the face of Dolores. That's my opinion of Liz.
She's interesting. She lives in what they deem like a castle on the water,
Yeah.
which I totally agree. It had a huge walkout like dock to the water where
Yeah,
she
her boat.
takes a dinghy to go have lunch with her friend. And very casually, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna just take the dinghy over and go have lunch with my friend. And
Which is
as
how
she,
you know they're good when they have these houses that are this district, this town's good, this town.
yeah.
This is very Potomac.
Yes, where if you live in this, you're this, and if you live in that, you're that. And it's like I would, and 90% of them don't seem like they even live in the same town. A lot of them live in
Yeah, but I guess it's because it is so small. It's
it's
like,
not that far
yeah, it's
apart,
not
but
that far.
they, of course, is content to state that like
You
your
don't live in the
town
right
is
town.
not the right town, my town is the right town.
But they all live in the rich towns.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just there's a
nobody's,
tier to the
yeah,
rich.
nobody's house looks, shabby. So it's, but they all, this Liz, who's a character, she, I feel like she is going to be very Dolores-esque,
Yes.
where she'll speak her mind, but she'll be funny about it.
She
It seems
knows
that, yeah,
everything.
she knows everything. She knows everyone.
Mhm.
She seems to be friends with everyone. I mean, for crying out loud, she's walking her cat on a leash on the dock. So
And she
it's
brought the
just,
cat to the house too to meet the stepdaughters. The cat was roaming around. I saw it. It has like an air tag on its neck.
oh my
I
God,
saw it. Which we appreciate that as cat people. If we could walk our cats, we would.
that's
They're
true.
just a little too feral.
The thing that got me the most with her though is she's one of I think three that stated you should be scared of her. That she's scary. Like they literally stated that people are scared of her.
Yeah.
Now they all say I'm not that scary and once people get to know me, but I don't know. Some of the I don't think if I had to rank them, the ones that I heard say they were scary was her, Joellen, and I think it was the other girl, Kelsey, said that she's people think she's a bitch too, and she's mean and nasty.
Oh, well, yeah, because she said she doesn't get very emotional, but
Yeah.
she cries about her relationship, right? So, yes.
Yeah, and I think Liz would probably be on the bottom. Joanna would probably be on the top because she's already exuded Erika fighting manner. So yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know about
Yeah,
her,
yeah, no,
but
she's gonna be the one to
what do you think
watch.
of her sit down outfits though?
Which one?
The Liz, the
The hair that was braided as a crown.
which is interesting because she looked like she should be on top of a mountain with the floral dress and the braided crown,
Yeah.
singing and yodeling, and then yeah, the contrast of the black with the silver
But
3D snake
you know,
coming up the side of her.
okay, you know what I had a little bit of an issue with? Maybe it's just because I'm into all that, but like the cameras are very close to some of them in the
On this,
confessional.
yeah, I
Right? You
did notice
noticed
that
that? No,
for
I
these girls,
noticed that they
yeah,
did it a little bit on Atlanta, but these ladies especially, like, I felt like they were like sitting up on the camera,
yeah.
especially Liz. I was like,
Hers
just
was
back
very
up a little
close up
bit.
because that snake was,
Yeah, like she like looked like she was like if like it was like a 3D movie, like she could have hanged her elbow like out the TV. She was so close. I don't know, but I didn't even write it down because I was like I don't want to get nitpicky, but I feel like they could have green screened a little bit better. Like the masking was not great on the ladies on the scenes where like they come up with their names and stuff.
oh,
That's just me being nitpicky though. But I wasn't gonna write it down because I didn't want to get too nitpicky because it's not technically them.
but so far, well, she's not really married. Alicia is with somebody at least and has kids. So she's technically a
Kind of
housewife.
married.
They are engaged, but they have 9 years later, they're still not married. Liz is married, so she's a housewife. So at least we have actual housewives. None of these women do housewife work, but they are actually married.
No, they
So
have
you,
full
yeah.
time help.
And then Joellen, who I think is going to be my favorite because she
Mm.
has no problem speaking her
She
mind.
reminds me of me. Honestly, visually, they all remind me of something. I cannot figure
I
it
know.
out, but I'm like, I don't know.
She reminds me a little bit of Bethany, where she's going to say what she wants to say. She's going to back what she says. She's not going to be afraid to, if she calls you something or says something or
Mhm.
talks about you, she's not going to have a problem backing herself up and saying what she
Yeah,
said.
she kind of feels like a combination of all
Yes.
housewives that
I
do
feel
the
like she's
show
like
right.
Bethany, Teresa, Lala, like, which are all the outgoing ones that are
Mhm.
not going to like, they're not going to let you come for them. And
No,
she's not
she's
about
gonna put
to.
up a good fight.
Yeah, she's another one, got 3 kids, husband, so she's
Ooh,
another
you know what?
married
She kind
woman.
of also was giving a little bit like Angie K, like how she got up
Yes.
at the very end where they have another party and she
Oh
takes
yeah.
that girl's box and
And
she just
just
throws.
tosses it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
kind
very
of
Angie K.
that feels like that.
The thing though that gets me is some of the stuff that she does say, like she actually believes in, like it's just pure cuckoo.
Yeah, but you know
Coconuts
we
coming out
do
of her mouth.
love a housewife who just believes she's always right. We said
Yeah.
that last week about Stacy. We love a little bit of a delusional one.
But the funny thing is, the other girl that they didn't show till the end, this Rula, she apparently has a big problem with Joellen because she,
Mhm.
brought a picture to light, which I didn't understand this either. She brought a picture that was on Instagram, posted by the girl that this Rula's husband cheated on her with.
Yeah.
If it's on Instagram, she was begging her to give it to her. Just go on Instagram and get it from the girl's thing or
Well,
get
I
the
guess
girl's
maybe she
name.
didn't. Yeah, maybe she didn't know the
I
girl's
don't
name. I
know,
don't
but
know.
like maybe she didn't get it, but all she did was show you a picture that she found, which
Well,
any woman would want to see
yeah, but I
or
guess
know
she's
about.
saying she shared the photo around.
But she's saying she did admit to it, that Joellen, that she shared it with Liz, and then Liz is the one that told Rula about it. So I guess that's where she's saying, oh, she went to the group and showed it to everybody. She
Yeah.
showed it to one person. Like, again, like doing like a check. Like, do you think this is something I should go to her with? Because,
Yeah, does she know? Well, because apparently everyone in Rhode Island is a cheater. My
yes,
God.
I wrote
They're
that down.
they're all cheaters and they're all
Liars.
dating each other.
Yep. And they
They've
all lie and have rumors about
I
each other.
mean, but the funny thing is because they do say the one girl Ashley, she says like it's just like they're all intertwined there, but like if you're not from there, you're an outsider. So they all have to be dating each other. So everyone's got to be a little bit related in Rhode Island.
Sounds like Southern Charm to
Oh
me.
no, but didn't that one girl? Oh my God, well, Alicia, she said she found out that was it her or was it Liz? They kind of look alike, so I'm getting confused. That they said that the person they're with, they were kind of related, like along down their thing with the ancestry. I think that was the Alicia
That's
girl.
Alicia.
So they're not technically married, but like
Yeah, somewhere
when you
through
think about it,
it's
so
ancestry.com. They were,
but it
yeah,
makes sense because it sounds like everyone's been with everyone
yeah,
there.
settlers from the, early days. I don't know. I don't know. That's because when you
Okay.
think about it, if you only came over with 20 people on a boat, how'd you make 100?
Adam and Eve, if
Somebody,
we're
yeah,
gonna go there, don't get me
exactly.
started.
Somebody had to go somewhere with that. So, but Rula comes in on the second episode. with the husband,
Yeah.
already with the cheating. Like, I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
Well, I will say if you didn't know, there was 2 episodes that aired. They aired on
Mhm.
Thursday with or Friday? Or sorry, we get to watch, but just want to put this out there. We watch all the Housewives the day they air on Peacock because we don't have cable here. So for us, it's Friday, but I think they aired on Friday, one episode, and then they're going to be on Sundays with Atlanta. I'm guessing they just didn't want to do that because they didn't want to premiere 2 new shows together. I think they probably did the 2 episodes together so they can make sure all the new Housewives were introduced as one. Because otherwise, we would have had to wait a whole nother week to meet another new housewife. But I feel like they've done that before.
I think
But
they've done
on
two.
established shows, I think they have.
I think they've done 2 episodes to like see. I think the first episode was good for introduction, but it didn't leave you wanting more.
Yeah,
Like,
they
because it
went
was just like it was like okay. Where like now they've brought in this other girl, and now you can see this
through.
fight between
Yeah.
these two possibly brewing and stuff. So I think like
And
that's
it's like
where
finished off like all their connections of how everyone's
yeah.
linked. I feel like that was too. So I don't think doing 2 episodes was bad. Just a lot more work for us to have to do over here.
What I these girls are I will say about
No.
one thing they do. They keep it moving because at
Yeah.
that 4th of July party, other housewives like New Jersey and the rest of them, they would have dragged out like a
Don't say other
fight.
housewives. Say OC and Beverly Hills.
OC and Beverly
Specifically
Hills too.
OC.
They would have dragged this out through this whole damn party where the party was just like it was enough of the party, but it was a snippet of the party. Like it wasn't like let's be here all day. But
Yeah.
they ran through it, moved on.
They would have had 10 different dinners
Oh my
between
God.
things
Yeah.
to introduce, like, hey, this and this and this, and this and this and this. And we didn't. We just jumped
Yeah.
right to
The
kind of the
only thing
next
I can
event.
say though is they, like I was saying to you, I don't know if when they get together, some of the ladies to talk about some things. Like when they brought in this RHOA girl, she was meeting with Liz and Kelsey, I think,
Yeah.
and they kind of talked about like the husband and the cheating and this and that. And when she talked about Joellen, she didn't mention how that she and the girl did say when we were talking to her, we didn't get to the part that she called your job and
Yeah.
tried to get you fired and all, which I don't understand all that either, but I can understand why Joellen
Is mad.
is mad. But there's some kooky characters on there
Yeah.
for sure that make no sense to me. Like I don't know what this girl Kelsey is doing with her life or time except enjoying it in that big freaking
She's
house.
living a good life.
She
Okay.
is. But she also wants other things like kids and stuff, and you're not going to
Yeah.
get that if you're, living with a sugar daddy who's, giving you this beautiful house and all, but you're not going to get the other stuff. And she's saying she's 30, I think.
Where is he trying to go to you?
Oh.
Okay, Cooper's trying to cross laps here. He doesn't have a good. Okay. Oh my god. 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 This is why we need a camera set up for you guys so you can see what's really going on here.
So this Kelsey girl, like we said, she has a boyfriend that lives with her
6 months out of the year.
6 months out of the year. So a fully staffed house that, she's fully taken care of. Meanwhile, he has another girlfriend in Miami and
Well, she
she
has another boyfriend
has
now.
admitted now towards the end of the second episode that she does have a boyfriend who she's seeing. So I guess this is like an open relationship that like I mean, I don't know what the problem would be. You got the best of both worlds, and it looks like they're gonna bring this boyfriend on the camera
Yeah, because they won't
next
episode,
episode. So
but they won't show the other boyfriend. His face was covered,
yeah.
which is
So
interesting.
but supposedly he's like one of the richest
Which
families
I feel
in
like
Rhode
you could
Island.
probably try to figure out. I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
people have, but I'm just saying.
I'm sure
I
people have
always love when
figured
they
it
do
out.
the covering of the photos when you know you can figure it out somehow.
Well, she's just very dramatic about this whole relationship thing, which I think like is so weird because it's like, okay, whatever. Like you're gonna have to eventually give up your plush life, which is what I think she doesn't want to do. So I guess she's going as long as she can with this. The one that I think is going to be the one that's going to keep the show moving and keep this thing interesting is this new girl, Rose. Well, they're all new girls, I'm sorry, but Rosie,
Yeah.
because she is so damn nosy.
Mm.
She needs to know.
Yeah. No,
She's
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 just
she's Giselle. She's Giselle 2.0. She is going to ask questions that we want asked,
yeah.
and she's going to get herself in a whole lot of trouble. But I don't think she cares, and I'm happy for
No.
you.
Like, because she honestly wasn't on it that much, but when
No.
she was, yeah, she caused trouble.
And in her sit downs, you can just feel Bubblegum Barbie is going to cause trouble because she's in those big bubblegum pink outfits and it's crazy.
And hair kind of like colors in tiara.
Well, oh no, I'm sorry. Kelsey is the Rhode Island, Miss Rhode Island.
Yeah.
This one was a newscaster.
But that hair was like, it always was like half up, half down, really like kind of like a Barbie doll.
Yeah. She's a newlywed, so she's yet again another one that's married. Kelsey's the only one that I guess would not be considered a housewife, but
Yeah.
she's an actual housewife. She doesn't seem as rich as the rest of them.
Hmm.
She seems like okay, I guess, but you
Yeah,
know,
I will say the younger girls are probably the poorer girls, I guess, if
yeah.
you had to make. But you know what? They are younger. They haven't made all their money yet. These other ladies do have 20 years of making money on them. Keep that in mind.
Well, that is true.
If you really think about it, like they are married, like,
Yeah, that's what I like about them though, because they actually have jobs, these ladies.
yeah.
Like actual careers and jobs. Not
How
just
long will
something.
they last?
Well, no, I know some of them definitely. Like that Rula is clearly she's a financial.
Yeah, no, but it all seems like jobs they can do and be on the show. Because
Oh
I think
yeah,
that's the issue. Is a lot of housewives had jobs they maybe couldn't do while being on the show.
yeah. And this other girl is a Joellen is a representative for like some kind of medical company or something. Like she
Yeah,
actually has a job that she likes. Liz has we neglected to mention that they own the number one cannabis
yeah,
dispensary in Rhode Island, and they were like one of the first ones on the East Coast or something like that.
yeah.
So she has a business. Alicia, I don't know what she does.
I don't either.
I don't think she mentioned what she did. She
No.
might be just the housewife. I have no idea. The other girl, Rosie, is now like some kind of lifestyle. She has like a lifestyle show. I guess she doesn't do newscasts.
Yeah, she's more like what would we call it? Like she looks like she almost works more like on tourism boards, like promotional things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like not an influencer, but
No.
like
No, she wrote on Ashley, who is an influencer from Bachelor in Paradise, and I recognized her, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then when she said she was on Bachelor in Paradise, because I did watch that like show here and there, yeah, it was a better spinoff of The Bachelor. It was like all the rejects from The Bachelor got to go to Bachelor in Paradise, and they mixed them up with all the bachelors, and she ended up marrying somebody from Bachelor in Paradise, which I didn't think they were going to get together.
you know what threw me off? She looked really young. It threw me off when they showed she had kids. I was like, you have kids? Two of them?
Yeah.
Like she kind of caught me
Well,
off guard. Like,
she's 30. She was in her 30s, I think she said.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
But she's a housewife too. She married, like I said, the guy that he owns like one of the celebrity type coffee shops. She said it was like second to John Bon Jovi's rest stop area, which is
No, not the rest stop restaurant.
he's got a restaurant.
I can't believe you. Listen, we have a Bon Jovi professional in our family. We'll ask them about this. We'll get
I
to the
know I'll
bottom
get
of
in
it. Don't
trouble if I
worry.
ask that.
Yeah, probably shouldn't do. I will say the most impressive thing from the whole episode was Ashley's husband fully engaged in that conversation while working at his coffee
Oh
shop.
my God,
Like he still knew
highly impressive.
everything that was going on, kept going with the order. Like
Michael, coffee up. Yep. What did the girl do?
there are some house husbands
No, he was
that don't
impressive.
even like they're just sitting on a couch and they have no clue what that wife
No.
is saying. But he was fully engaged, able to calm him back, took it all in. I was
And they said, "What
very
happened
impressed.
here? What happened there?" Like yeah,
He knew
that
exactly what was going on. So I will give him that. So I know they're saying she or whatever that he's
he's
not
like,
fully
yeah.
invested in there and stuff like that, which I will say because yeah, why is he the barista at his own coffee shop? Like
I think he seems
I
like
think
one
he
of those
likes
people that
it,
like
but
likes it, and that's what she was saying. But I think he can't find like the balance between doing that and like doing the family and that kind of stuff, which is sad because they look like a cute couple, and I would hate to see like that
yeah,
not work out.
not rooting on this one for any divorces over here. That's
Not yet, no. Well, no, I mean I haven't seen
maybe the
any.
Rula
No, but
girl,
when I
but
say that, I mean like no one that I think. Yeah, I don't think she should be with him because I think he's cheating and he's going to cheat again. He does
yeah, she's
not look.
kind of like one of those ones that doesn't get it. But
No,
maybe
she
once
wants
being on the
she
show, she'll realize,
I don't know.
that is sometimes an eye opener.
She's in denial. That I think
Yeah.
he's definitely, and that just shows you the rich of the rich is not always happy because she's got everything you could ever want. That house of hers is something to see too.
I
So
mean, maybe the Kelsey girl, but she seems to have it balanced over there with two
I think
boyfriends.
she will
So
get rid of him eventually.
she'll
I
figure it
think
out.
the only thing I say about them is they've had two events.
Yeah.
Like each episode had like a significantly big event.
Kind of their events kind of remind me a little bit of Salt Lake, like where
They do smart events. They don't
yeah,
do stupid things. Like they actually participate in things that like make sense. Like you don't feel like it's just a made up event. Like
yeah.
she did want to get all the girls together to go to a winery, which is technically a made up event, but it's a nice get together.
Yeah, even the picnic thing that Rosie did, like she
Yeah.
tied it into like, well, we're not just gonna waste everything. We'll have people
Yeah.
come. Like it's not like that picnic they did in New York where like they just all had that
Yeah,
weird
sit on the
picnic floor.
grass. No, this was like she's like, yeah, I'll have some friends come and enjoy the food and stuff
Yeah.
because it's gonna go to waste. That made sense. I will say that their events, what I'm understanding to, in my opinion, is like they get together, they discuss things, they do bring up some stuff, they stir a little pot, but they haven't had a full-blown fight.
Yeah.
And I think they're smart with that because I think if they did, if I saw like a full-blown fight in like the first or second episode, I would be like staged. Staged.
Yeah.
You're just
They don't
staging.
feel fake.
Yeah, they don't feel fake.
Which
Like
is
they
like
feel
I
like this
think
is how they actually Because I was concerned with that, with the room, with everybody saying, "Oh, there's so many rumors and everybody talks about everybody." I'm like, "Oh, here we go. Like this is
No, but
gonna
I think
be
it's like a New Jersey thing where they're all so connected that yeah, everyone's talking about
talking about
everyone,
everybody."
everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, I do believe that they are legit when they say everybody talks about
Yeah, because
everybody,
I am like I get worried with that
or
with
they
the
hear rumors circle and everybody hears it.
no, I get worried with that with these new housewives because they are new. Well, like I mean newer shows or newer
Yeah,
whole cast because they have seen the show, they
they
know
know
like
the
they
they
did
know the
study.
format,
They
they know
have
the template. Yeah,
yeah, even if it's not their show, there's other ones to watch. And
yeah,
I think for me that's why I didn't love New York is it felt that almost felt scripted and I
yeah,
don't think it was scripted from production. I think it was like the ladies like
yeah.
being
I
like,
think that.
"Hey, we know what we got to do
Hmm.
here, so let's do
I think
this,
they
let's do
got
this."
together and said,
This felt very genuine to me.
"Yeah." Yeah, I felt like everything happened very like naturally and like how it would have played out. I mean, ultimately for me, they talk about each other, they talk about their rumors. There's going to be cheating. Clearly, there's going to be like marital stuff.
All the
Uh,
things that make a good housewife.
I think they're going to be interesting.
I think they'll be good.
Yeah, I think if they stay on the path that they're on, I think they're and like that's what I was saying. The fact that they are like women that have jobs, like if they can give some good insight into their lives
Yeah.
along with all this
It makes
gossip,
them more relatable.
yeah, it'll be better because that's where OC and Beverly Hills goes wrong. They have nothing to do.
No.
Like these are actually rich women that want to work and do things.
Yeah.
They're like Vicky Gumbelson, like where they're
Gumbelson.
Gumbelson.
Vicky
No,
Gumble Balls.
yeah. Well, what was the word that the one girl couldn't say? Caricatures.
Yeah,
She was
caricature.
calling it all sorts of things, and that's what I think. They're very humble in that respect, but they don't have a problem calling themselves out. Like she made fun of herself
Yeah.
saying it, and like they all they like laughed with her. They weren't laughing at
At
her.
her.
That's where they're smart. Their fights don't seem to like go too many places. They do like heavy, deep discussion.
Yeah, they just move on and go, which is
Yeah.
what is needed in housewives.
Yeah, they just take a box and dump it off into the bush and keep it moving.
There you go. I think, in my opinion, they should have still. I didn't know what they dumped. She dumped the box before she knew. She should have wrote the question in the box anyway,
Oh, they
because
could
that
have
was
done that and read it. Well,
and
they
just
should.
sent it to her.
She wouldn't have been able to. But it, in true housewife fashion, they're like, "Oh, where is she? Where is Rula? Said she's not coming today." And they're like, "Oh, she said she was sick or something." And they're like in full glam and a hat in her bed. She was in her bed though, but full glam.
Yeah, I will. I will share my last thought on this. I mean, to me, these ladies affirmed, in my opinion, that the East Coast is the best housewives.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying it from because we live here. I'm saying it because it's true. I think what it is when you think about it, it's Miami, it's Atlanta, it's Potomac, it's New York, it's New Jersey, it's now Rhode Island. What they do best, and I think it's just an East Coast thing, is they're all very blunt.
Mm-hmm.
East Coast housewives. And I think that's
Oh
what makes
yeah.
it so good is when you really think about it and you
This
watch
one's a little more laid back.
Beverly Hills and OC, they kind of just they don't like they beat around the bush. They don't like get to the
Think
they
about
don't
the
say
ones that
things.
are blunt. Heather, Gina, they're all from New. They're
Yeah.
from New York.
Erika? Well, she's from the South though, Erika.
No, I think Erica was from New Jersey.
She
Didn't
did, she did.
she stripped in a place here?
Yes, sorry. So
Oh,
she has some New Jersey.
and she's coming back to New Jersey. We're contemplating going to see her as an
We
opening
might
act
have
just
to
because, like, come on,
because
she is
why
the
not?
best.
But I mean, in my opinion, I do think their bluntness from East Coast is why half of them are also on pause because they say a little bit too
Well,
much. When you
sometimes
think about it, like Miami, they go a little too far. Where are they? They're not here. New York, too far. Not here.
I
New
think they
Jersey,
get.
not here.
I think sometimes they get too comfortable with
Honest.
it and too honest with it that they forget this is still TV and you
Yeah.
can't.
But then I feel like that's also what's going on with Beverly Hills and OC is that no one can get past their issues because no one's actually saying
Saying
their
it, yeah,
issues.
or yeah,
Which like that's the thing. That's what I liked about all these girls. They were like, this is what I think. Here it is. Take it or leave it. And I
yeah.
think
Like,
that's
see,
their
if
benefit.
Dorit doesn't know what's going on by now, based on how Erica handled that, then you're fooling.
Yeah, I was kind of I will just back to them. I was kind of hoping that like that was it. We were gonna shut Dorit down, but I fear not. I fear even Erica couldn't stop her.
And of all people to run after her, Kathy.
I will because they said I think she's the only one that you're gonna like listen to. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, if Kathy Hilton came, okay, I'll probably turn around
I'm
and
not
listen
gonna
to what Kathy
lie. I
says.
am also watching Buying Beverly Hills with Mauricio, and there's a lot of Hilton chatter about when he was with them and what went on there. And it's an interesting thing if you can watch these other shows
Hmm.
in conjunction with them because like also right now Kyle and him are they haven't announced that they're getting divorced. Like just the rumor of them is coming
Yeah.
out. So it's like an interesting situation, like I was telling her the daughters were talking about like what's going on the show to Kyle. And it's just weird to hear her say like she's almost like talking behind the scenes, but like not really.
Yeah.
It's like it's an interesting dynamic to see like the other side of like how you were saying when they showed that scene from the valley where like
Yeah, the
group
production, yeah.
the production because she I mean listen we watch it and we know it's not there's no like they're not just walking in there and like somebody's filming it from God knows
Yeah.
where.
I always
It
think about
is
like how they arrive in those cars. Production definitely staggers the way the cars come in to drive the
oh
narrative.
yeah
For sure. Definitely. Because obviously they made what's her face arrive last. Like that girl Rosie at the 4th of July party with
yeah
Kelsey. Like they made them come last so they could talk about the or no, not Kelsey, sorry. Was it Ashley?
Rosie
Rosie and Ashley came last, yeah.
so they could talk about
So they
it.
could talk about
Yeah.
it, so they could build it up and things like that. Like I always think about them, like, are they taking a little extra longer to like mic someone so that they can let the conversation go on and like, oh yeah, I just can't get your mic back on today. That's my brain, that's how it thinks when it watches these shows.
Yeah, well, when you watch that one show that I used to watch, I forget what it was called.
Oh, Unreal?
The
The
Unreal. Yeah, they show you. It was supposed to be like a Bachelor in Paradise, like a Bachelor show. They show like how the producers are
mm,
on their people, and like I believe that's truly what it is. That
probably.
the producers are like,
Yeah.
these producers on this new show, Rhode Island, are interesting because that one girl, she was talking about how she doesn't like to drive.
No, that was the other girl, Alicia.
That was Alicia?
Yeah.
You should no, I think it was that Rula
No,
girl.
it wasn't.
All right, well, maybe it was Alicia. I don't know who it was, but one of them said something about they don't like to drive, and the reason they don't like to, they were naming off things that have
Don't like
happened.
the
They're
highway.
like the highway, ran over a woman, da 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 da, and like they backed up into something or whatever. And the producer actually said, "Wait a minute, you ran over like a woman, a person, or something like that," and like
But she just went, yeah,
yeah,
ran over a woman. And just and
and
that was
kept it
it.
going. But like
So
they're actually
nonchalant.
asking like they're yeah
Follow-ups.
interjecting in it. So
All right, well, that is all for this week. We will be back next week to discuss now only one episode of Rhode Island, Atlanta. I think the finale of Beverly Hills, The Valley.
very
But
good.
that is our little recap. Feel free to let us know what you guys thought about Rhode Island. I think they are high contenders and may have to be the ones that carry for right now if no one else
They're
is
the
getting.
Salt Lake of the summer.
I think they are. That's
Because Salt
that's.
Lake's on in the winter, right? Mostly.
I think so.
Yeah, they were like they
Yeah,
just ended
they
not that long
usually do
ago.
winter. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're gonna be the Salt Lake of the summer, I think.
There
It
you go.
could be.
There's our Salt Lake summer. We'll have to see. We do hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm
Okay.
just excited to see what they bring next week because it looks like they're on a boat and someone's screaming and hooting and hollering and going into the bathroom and yeah.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.